Well, congratulations on being the January winner in Tex-Mex for the DFME. The judges, as you know from the email you got, cited just the sort of poignancy of the story of getting to talk to a very, very young victim of a tough crime and getting access to the family and putting a human face on a story that unfortunately happens in a lot of our communities, sort of the shooting that gets reported in briefs but isn't ever really dug into. How did you get access to the family, and how were you able to get the interview with Emma in this story? Because it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, actually it took a couple days. I am on a texting basis with the chief of police here, Danny Fio, so luckily, you know, I have him at, you know, I can use him, and I texted him and asked for more information, and so that's how I first initially found out about the shooting. But to get a hold of her and the family was kind of hard. The day after it happened, I went over there several times, and they weren't home because they were at the hospital and, you know, doctor's appointments all day. But I did, what was it? I think I just got lucky. I went to a neighbor's house and asked if they were home first, and kind of just knocked on the door, and the stepmother of Emma let me in. And so I talked to her for a bit, and she gave me the cell phone of Emma's mother. And that's when I made a call. She called me back. She let me come over that evening. So, you know, getting in there was a little hard. It took a couple days, but I was willing to fight for it. Yeah. So.
And how did the family treat you when you were there? Were they nervous? Were they a little bit?
Well, the stepmother, I think, was a little hesitant to talk to me. She didn't want to do video at first. Sure. And I kind of talked her into it. At first I said I was going to be taking photos, so it'd be really great if I could get her on video, especially for the interview. And then, you know, surprisingly, she let me in the bedroom, and I was able to see the mattress and the window where the bullet came in. And so, you know, she was hesitant at first, but I was able to ease her in. And then the mother, I was really surprised she called, but I think she wanted to get her voice out there. So when I got there, she was able to, you know, she was a little nervous at first, but, you know, things went well, really well. And the little girl, she has a big personality, so I don't think she was afraid to talk to me, you know.
Yeah, the easiest one of the group to get to talk.
Weirdly, yeah, it was very easy, and you know, I kind of eased it in a bit at first, so. Yeah,
and what was it? You know, what was the reaction from the community on the story? I mean, it's amazing how different a story resonates in a community when a name gets attached to it rather than just an age, and you know, it really puts a face on it.
I think a lot of people were really angry, especially the fact that the 3 suspects were minors, and I mean, to find out that there were 2 14-year-olds and a 17-year-old was, I think, the hardest part for everyone to take in, because it wasn't an act of malice. It was just them out, you know, screwing around, and they felt like, you know, that's what they should do. And so that was the hardest part to accept, I think. You know, of course, no one likes to hear that a 6-year-old was shot. Right. But I made sure to get it in there that, you know, she was fine, she was safe, and, you know, she was tough about it too, you know. They didn't even know she was shot, so that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and starting the story off with her just saying her arm, walking into the bedroom saying her arm hurt, was a good way to certainly showed the moxie she had to be wandering around the house shot in the arm. I'm not sure as a
well, they didn't know until they found the bullet on her pillow. Crying. What?
As a 45-year-old, I would have been crying if it had happened to me. So
I would have been too. They thought that she cut her wrist on the crib, because they noticed the wood was split on the crib, and that's where I think she was 18 months old. She was sleeping in the crib, and so they thought she had cut her wrist maybe on the crib, but they found the bullet near her pillow, and that's when we were like, oh no. Yeah. So,
well, look, congratulations for taking, as I said, a story that could easily have been a you know, sadly traditional crime story, and putting a human face on it, and fighting to get access to the family. So, well-deserved award, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.